en el WBC Talks en español. Se les olvidó de feliz día de las madres.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the round number 33 of the WBC Talks. We are here now with great fighters and great friends. It's going to be a really fun chat. But let me introduce first 𝗧𝗔𝗟𝗡𝗗. She's the director of the WBC University. 𝗧𝗔, how are you?
Hi, Victor. I'm very happy to be here. It's Friday, and it's round 33. I can't believe it. The week really went fast, and I think that's happening because we are busy, because we're positive, and because we still at home or family. Today, I'm going to share with you the importance of cultivating a positive belief during confinement, okay? We are the result of our education, okay? And education is the result of our culture and of our beliefs are the mixture between education, culture, and family traditions. So we are out of the external influences. They come from different parts. So our beliefs are the set of ideas, thoughts that predisposes us to act. Sometimes our disposition is positive and sometimes it's not positive. So they act, the beliefs that push us into action, and we can always choose which way we are going to act. Our beliefs can help us to act in an assertive and efficient way. Or if our beliefs are negative, then we don't do it in a positive way. For example, an example of a proper belief is confinement is an opportunity for me, for my family, to make us better human beings and being happy together. That's a belief. Or you can think a negative belief at saying, confinement, COVID is a disaster, I cannot take it anymore, it's terrible for me. Then you start generating a chaos in your life. So right now during confinement, it's very important to have positive beliefs. Okay, I'm going to give you another example. For example, about we think stress is bad for us. But if you think the stress is bad for you, and you can change by thinking, stress is good for me because it prepares me to act and to give an extra of myself. Okay, so you start building your own beliefs. How can you build your own beliefs and how can you cultivate them? They say to change an habit, okay, you need 21 days to change a negative habit to a positive habit. Okay, so you can try to think in what areas do you value yourself? Okay, what areas do you feel good, happy, healthy? Okay, and then what do you believe with those values? That way you are going to start to making your own beliefs, okay, your positive beliefs. So the experience with reflection is that you build your own beliefs. And right now the recommendation is to build positive beliefs. It doesn't matter if your tradition or your family, okay, through them you have learned negative beliefs. It's time to change, and it's positive to change also. Thank you, Victor, Nancy, and everybody. Have a nice weekend, everybody, and I'm eager to listen to you all.
Thank you.
Your sound.
Now I want to introduce Nancy Rodriguez. She works in Supreme and also in the WBC office, and she's very helpful in all the California area. Nancy, how are you?
Look, I did the same mistake. I was on mute. I'm good. Thank you, Victor. And I'm really honored to have these, it's boxing legends that we have. I know we're missing Ruben Castillo, but we have Juan Laporte, who fought him. We have our emeritus champion, Mikey Garcia. A lot of people don't know what emeritus champion is, but Mikey Garcia is basically our WBC champion forever, right, Victor?
Yes.
Yeah, and then we have Brandon Rios, who was actually the first person that gave me my opportunity to come into the boxing world, and I can't wait to see what he's going to tell us what he's been up to. You want to, Victor, before we go on, do you want to explain a little bit what emeritus champion is? Because I've been getting that question a lot.
Well, it depends on obviously the merits that you do on the ring and how you dominate the division, the kind of personality that gives you. It's very, very unusual to get one of those. Only a few have received this. It's a merit when you keep the name as an emeritus. Sometimes you can be out. Oh, I think Ruben is getting here.
Hola.
Hey.
Ruben, please turn on your camera. We want to watch. We want to see you.
One.
As soon as
I have
you
some
in blank.
one. I have some dye for your chin.
You better turn it off. Turn it off.
Ah, Lord. What's up, Uncle Pastor?
What's happening?
Is
that Mikey Garcia? Is that Mikey? What's up, my little brother? What's happening?
I'm good, man. Good. Good
Look
to
at
see
Bam Bam. Look at how young you guys are. You guys are pissing me off.
So take
you. You look good. You look good.
Yesterday, Victor, when we were talking about this, I thought it was such a great combination to have Brandon and Mikey along with Ruben Castillo and Juan Laporte because of the genuine friendship they each have, individually, Mikey, Brandon, Juan Laporte, and Ruben Castillo. And if I may share something very special that I was able to see a few years back. Ruben Castillo's daughter passed away a few years ago, and we went to Bakersfield to the funeral. I'll never forget who was sitting right next to him. His rival in the ring was sitting right next to him, Juan Laporte.
That's my brother.
Yep.
Juanito, Nancy, it's funny you say that. We were talking about this. You don't know who your friends are until you're broke or you have a travesty, something that's so terrible to happen. I know Juan lost a family member, and had I known way before, I'd have been there before. And when it comes to a child, it just, when I couldn't believe when my doorbell rang. I opened the door and there was Juan, and Juan tells me, "Come on, Ruben, let's go bury Misty." That will be forever. And that tells you the kind of person that Juan is. He's a pain in the ass, but he's the greatest pain in the ass that lives. He's the greatest pain in the ass that lives. I mean, Juanito. And I got to tell you something too, Victor and Nancy and Mikey. Juan was here for a week, and he ate everything in my refrigerator. It was a little expensive, Juanito.
But with that story, I guarantee you, Mikey would do the same for Brandon. Brandon would do the same for
exactly. That's how Nancy. That's how fighters are. In the ring, we want to take each other's head off. And I got to tell you guys a story. Not only did and Juan, I bet you know where this is coming from. You know where this is going. When I went to Puerto Rico, and Angelo Dundee worked my corner. He was in my corner, so We're at the same hotel. Of course, we had joining rooms, and I get a knock on the door from this beautiful girl. She's a reporter. Look at Juan. Look at Juan. I think he sent her to my room. I'm just saying, Nancy, I'm just saying, well, what a weekend thing, because after the fight was over, Angelo was mad, boy. He was so pissed off. He said, get out of this room. I said, Angelo, stay. Hold on, buddy. Juanito sent her. And that was one of Juan's girlfriends. Don't even lie, Juan. Because and then after that, Victor, I heard the story about Juan and her. And let me tell you what kind of guy this guy is. She was at work when they were dating. He gets in her car and hides behind the seat. She gets out at midnight. She gets out at midnight. She's driving. He goes, ah! Scared the crap out. She wrecked with Juan in the back seat. He's a terrible guy, I'm telling you.
I knew that this was gonna be Ruben Castillo's show. He's gonna be laughing, he's gonna be talking, and we're just gonna be hearing him.
Mikey, you're lucky we haven't been real tight, because I'd have some stories on you. I guarantee it, I have some stories on you. But we haven't got to there yet.
Well, let me introduce,
we will.
Let me introduce, of course, the old people before have to be the first. So I'm gonna introduce Ruben Castillo.
Juan.
He's the oldest here.
Yeah.
And Ruben Castillo, he has 68 winning, 10 losses, 2 draws, and 35 knockouts. You fought so many people, Ruben. I want to ask you, when you used to fight the live fight on the ring, it was black and white, or it was colored already?
It was colored. But you're right. Back in 1980, and this is why I love the WBC. I would never do anything besides for the WBC in my life. And you know that, Victor. 𝗧𝗔𝗟𝗞𝗦, God rest his soul, he gave me 4 world title fights. He gave me 𝗥𝗢𝗨𝗡𝗗. At that time, Alexis was in a higher division than me, but Don King, the fight with Samuel Serrano, and Alexis fell out, so they made me fight Alexis in a higher division. Then I went back down to my division when I fought Salvador Sanchez. In my heart, and he knows, because after the fight was over, he told me, te voy a dar la revancha, Ruben. And it was horrible that he got in a car accident, that we didn't get a rematch. But I saw the fight with him and Juan, and he slapped the crap out of Juan. No, I'm just kidding, Juan. He didn't do that bad. He didn't do so bad. But then we fight. Then we go to Puerto Rico and fight Juan. So Juan sends this girl that's a reporter to stay on me so I could be distracted. Mikey, if you'd have seen her, bro, you'd have been so distracted, dog. She was gorgeous. Unbelievably gorgeous when she was a reporter. I don't even know she could write, bro. I could not keep my eyes off her. She was gorgeous, right? So then I get beat by Juan. And I got to tell you, Mikey, Juan, he's a dirty fighter, bro. He's a dirty fighter. In the 7th round, he stepped on my foot, bro. And I go down because he let go. I fall on my butt, and they go, 1, 2. I go, whoa. That's bullshit. What?
Ruben, they saw the fight, Ruben. They know how to step on it. Come on.
Yeah, he did. It may not look like it, but he did. He's a cheater.
Yeah.
Ruben, let me introduce everybody, please.
Okay.
Now, with 40 wins, 16 losses, 22 knockouts, Juan Laporte. Juanito, how are you?
Dígame, saludos a todos. Hi to everyone. This is crazy. This Ruben is a story.
There's gonna be
we have a lot of fun, Victor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of fun. And now the next one is
hear these stories.
Brandon Bam Bam Rios, 35 wins, 5 losses, 26 knockouts. Brandon, how are you?
I'm doing good. Just here listening to the stories of Ruben and Juan, and it's pretty funny.
Hey, Brandon, hey, I have a lot of kids. I got a lot of daughters, Brandon, and my daughters are all in love with you. You have to beat the crap out of them. When you fight, I got to turn the channel, put it on something else. You know what I mean? Because they love Brandon. They love Brandon. They say, "Hey, man, shut up." They do, man. I have some beautiful daughters too, Brandon. I'm not trying to set you up or set them up, dude. That ain't gonna fly.
It really sounds like a setup already.
And now
you're a great fighter, Brandon. You're a hell of a fighter, bro. And
Thank you.
stay with what
Appreciate
you're doing, my brother, because you are one of the you have and everybody, Nancy, you know it, and Victor, you have good fighters, and then you have another class of fighters, and you're that other class of fighters, my brother. You're
that,
very
Thank
much
you very
up
much.
there.
Thank you very
Nothing
much.
like me and Laporte, bro. You're past us, bro.
But I'm gonna be like you one day. I'm gonna shave my hair bald.
Yes, do it.
Uh,
I lost a bet. That's why I'm like this, bro.
oh
Yeah.
man.
Broncos against the Raiders, and I'm a Denver Bronco fan, and I lost a bet to this Cholo. So,
Give me some knuckles, because you know what? I'm a Broncos fan too, buddy.
yeah, are you serious? I knew you were the best.
I'm a Bronco fan.
Brandon's a Bronco fan. Cool, brother.
I have a question for you, Brandon, about it. Why
What
Kansas
is that?
City Royals? I mean, my family's from Kansas, and of course, I love the Chiefs and the Royals. Why Kansas City Royals?
Why do I like them?
You're a Braves fan, Atlanta Braves.
I'm not really a Braves fan. Nancy's lying about that one. I am a KC Warrior fan, but the Chiefs, I not like the Chiefs. I'm a Bronco fan. But a Warriors fan, yes, I am a Warriors fan. And I was very happy when they won the Super Bowl, like in 20, 30 years, they haven't won one. And the series,
World
Series,
Series.
and they won it. So I was very happy for them. And, I'm just not a Chiefs fan, though. I'm a Broncos fan.
There you go, my brother.
But you're always wearing a Royals hat.
I wear KC because it shows where I'm from, Kansas City.
That's where you're from, Brandon?
I'm from Kansas City. Well, I'm originally born in Lubbock, Texas, but I moved to Kansas when I was like 5 years old, and I lived there all my life until I came to California.
Victor.
Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri?
I was Kansas City, Kansas.
Oh, okay.
I was from a little town called Garden City, Kansas.
Yeah, I know. My family is from Manhattan, Kansas.
Oh, wow. That's not that far from me.
No. It's like maybe an hour and 10 minutes.
You want to know something crazy, Victor? My dad, my family.
Something gonna be crazy.
No, listen. Hey, Brandon, my father and my father was born in Lubbock, Texas, bro. And I lived in Lubbock for many, many years. And my mom used to work in the cafeteria at Texas Tech University, bro. So we lived in Lubbock for many years, bro. That's a crazy little town, boy.
Yeah,
Back
it
then,
is.
it was a little town.
Well, it's really small, but a lot of it's craziness, yes.
Yeah.
And we get those folks when I came over here.
Hey, the Red Raiders, my brother, the Red Raiders.
The Red Raiders.
Now.
But I remember when I came over the first time, they was making fun of my accent because I had a Kansas accent. And over here they call it Coke soda. I would call it pop. And they was like, what the fuck is a pop? What the fuck is a pop? I was like, a Coke, a soda, a pop. It was just like Robert's the one that got me.
But ain't pop soda. All the sodas, not Coca-Cola. A pop is for all the sodas.
It's for all sodas, right?
Yeah,
That's right.
Coca-Cola pop.
They're like, hey,
I can sing. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo runs. Do you know the song?
It goes.
Of course. Ruben, please
Yes,
be
sir.
quiet.
I'm trying.
20 minutes of the show, and I haven't introduced Mikey because you're talking too much.
It wasn't me talking. It was Laporte, okay?
It's always good to talk, though.
That's right.
And with 40 wins, 1 loss, 30 knockouts, I'm going to have to do it quick, Mikey. Mikey Garcia is with us.
Mikey's a great champion. He's a great champion.
Pleasure.
We love Mikey.
It's a pleasure to be. It's a pleasure to be with everyone. Thank you.
Mikey, I want you to do me a
remember
favor,
when I
bro.
I
Do me a
remember when I
favor,
first came to
Mikey.
Oxnard, I see Mikey.
Shave your
I remember when I
head,
first came to
Mikey.
Oxnard. Mikey was a little stuck up when I first came to Oxnard. He was like, "Who's this guy?" And I was like, "Oh,
No.
Mikey."
You're
Mikey,
lying. You're lying, bro.
Mikey, shave your head, bro,
Why?
just for the heck of it, bro. Shave your head,
bro.
just for the heck of it.
Like the hair.
I think you look like a cholo, Mikey, if you shave your hair.
Oh no!
I probably
Uh-oh.
Don't listen to Ruben. He's jealous. You know?
He wasn't like
Yeah.
Victor, I think Mikey Garcia was one of the last fights we had before this whole quarantine thing happened. One of the last big fights, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
I would say my first question would be, and Ruben has to be the last one answering because he's gonna talk a lot. How are you doing with this quarantine? What are you doing now? Are you exercising? What are you doing, Brandon?
Well, you know what I've been doing is been doing a lot of homeschool work with my kids. You know what I mean? They do a lot of homework, so we got a lot of homework with them. And then, just chilling, working in the yard, cutting down trees with me and my father-in-law. And then also me and my wife, we go on the run around here. So you know what? I'm still kind of active, but it kind of sucks because you gotta stay home. You can't, you know what I mean? It's horrible. It's a new life, a new experience, but it is what it is. But you get more close to your family.
Of course. Juan.
Mijo, I'm here locked up. I'm in jail.
Where are you?
He feels at home.
No, I'm good, man. I'm good. Yes, it changes everything. I mean, but been here for a while. I started running and doing exercise again. So, that's what I do. And just be home, watch TV, a lot of TV. And, always on the phone, like to friends and stuff like that, checking up on them.
But you had a commitment to go to China and train some guys there before this.
Yeah, I'm very lucky because everything changed. Like I was telling you, I had a contract for a year to go out there and teach in an academy. And then it fell out because of that stuff. So thank God that I would have been there at the time that this really going big. So, I escaped 2 times this corona in New York in the gym when I was in Mendes gym. Nelson Cuevas is like my father. He used to work there, and we used to always be together. And he got the corona. He passed away. And the owner of the gym passed away. Another kid from the gym passed away. But I have went to Florida, and then I came here to Puerto Rico. So thank God, and I'm here, and just waiting. See what happens.
Yeah. Mikey, what are you doing in this time? Well, are you exercising? What are you doing?
I actually started to jog a little bit this week. It was the first week, a little jog, just here in my backyard, my trails that I have here. But I've been staying a little busy with home improvement projects, building a patio for the kids at the house. So we got this big patio being built right now. We're gonna redo the backyard. I mean, with all this time that we have, we should really focus on the things that we always put aside. We always put on like, oh, I'll fix it later. And we never get to it. So right now, that's what I say. Let's do all the little things that we always put away. And so that's kind of what I've been doing. And of course, with the kids and doing things with the kids to entertain them. Get the water slide out, play with the sprinklers, things like that. Because they're at home all day too. We can't be going to the parks and stuff. So, but here at the house, and we got plenty of things to do here at the ranch. Try to entertain ourselves here at the ranch with the kids, and just try to make the best of it.
Well, we know who made all the money. He got a ranch.
Yeah.
I've got a small backyard. Victor, on that subject, being alone, you don't realize what it's like to be alone with your, because it's just my wife and I, and Ruben just moved back. But what I want to, my question to any of you guys who know how to answer this question, how do I get fingerprints off of my wife's neck? You see,
You use a liststick. Use a liststick.
I'm trying to find some stuff to take the. No, I'm just kidding. It's a lot. We've been together for 100 years, bro. So if I'm away from her, I miss her. When I'm here, chingues Dominguez, bro. It's just crazy.
You know the boss, so shut up.
Exactly. Juan, you know my wife, bro. Cindy, she got a hell of a left hook, bro. And I didn't realize it until we had to spend so much time together, man, by ourselves. We're too old for the other thing, so we gotta just grab each other's neck, It's a lot of fun, Brandon. One day you'll be there, bro.
Hey, bro, you're never too old, though, man. You're never too old to use the tool.
No, to grab their neck, absolutely not.
Careful.
Yo,
I love that.
We get along very good.
In the head too much.
That's right.
Not
Hey, that's what we do for a living.
you know?
We get hit in the head, so that's what we do for a living.
That's right. It's a lot of fun.
Let me tell you guys a story about Ruben. When Ruben was fighting, I remember 1977. There was a tournament, Budweiser, right?
Don King tournament. The Don King tournament.
Don King's tournament with Budweiser. And I was watching TV. And I was in boxing then. And I saw Ruben fighting. And I said, damn, if I was a fighter, I'd never fight him. He was fast, right? And then I went play, and play baseball and stuff. I never thought I was going to box, right? And then I started boxing. My first defense was Ruben Castillo. And I was thinking about that in the first 6 rounds of the fight. I was thinking about all of that. What I was saying. And when I went back to the corner, trying to smack me in the head like this in my face, and he told me, "What are you doing? You're gonna lose the first fight. You're gonna lose your first fight. Wake up!" And that was it. Ruben, I'm sorry. He woke me up and I beat your ass.
Hey, what? This picture that we see on the screen, I don't know if everybody else has the same picture.
Yes.
That's the same picture that's at the jail, bro.
Yeah.
the San Juan jail.
The San Juan.
Yes, sir.
Tell
That
us
picture.
about this picture, Juan.
Oh Lord.
This picture was in Cancun with the helmet for Julio Cesar Chavez that you fought him. Ruben's supposed to be there, but I think he's too old to travel now.
That's right. I was out of the state.
Yeah, he didn't want to go. I guess
I did want to go. I was not here. I was out of state. Yeah.
Juan, let me know if I'm wrong, but I think Juan didn't want to go because he was afraid that Julio Cesar Chavez can kick his ass again.
No, I was not afraid of that. I'm never afraid of. Hey, I'm never afraid of an ass whooping, but I still didn't want to take that chance. One ass whooping's okay, but 2 in a row now, I'm straight. I wish we could have gone to that. The WBC has always had some great conventions, and I will from now on will always go to the conventions. I think that is that picture with Fredo Gomez.
Yeah.
I wish I fought with Fredo. We hated each other. I got to tell you a story real quick. With Fredo Gomez fought Salvador Sanchez at Caesar's Palace back in Las Vegas, and I was sitting right next to Don King, and he gets up in the ring and he grabs his cup and he says, "Tú sigues, hijo, blah blah blah." After the fight, I saw him in the restaurant and I chased him to the casino. If I would have caught him, that would have been a better fight than the Salvador Sanchez fight. I would have whooped his ass. Fredo Gomez, he was God rest his soul, but he was not a nice guy. And he told me a lot of bad stuff about Victor Silva.
He's still alive, yo.
No, I'm just kidding you, Victor. I'm kidding.
He's still alive.
I don't like to talk about people who are not alive, but he was not a good guy.
He's alive.
He is?
He's alive.
The day's not over then.
Fredo Gomez is 5.
I'm gonna make a couple of phone calls.
He's just a little fatter than you.
Ruben, I've been in touch with him, and he has some problems with the throat. He's good. He's doing okay.
Well, I don't wish bad on anybody, Victor. It's a shame we never fought, but you know, he's not a nice guy to me. He might be different to everybody else, but with Fredo, I don't know what it is about me. He never liked me, and he always does 𝗥𝗢𝗨𝗡𝗗 stuff, and I don't like that shit. You know what I mean?
Hey, Juan, what can you tell us about this picture?
Well, to let you guys know, that was the worst fight in my life because, you know, I wanted to beat him so bad that I trained so hard for many months, right? And I didn't know about overtraining because I just wanted to beat the crap out of this guy. And when I got in the ring and this guy just, you know, the first thing he did, he headbutted me at the sound of the bell when I was coming in. Bop, cut me. And I was so furious, I wanted to kill him. But nothing worked for me. I mean, he was right there, and my punches wouldn't even come out. I said, what the hell is wrong with me? I couldn't do nothing. This guy was dead in front of me every time I hit him. His eyes used to roll back, and I couldn't finish him. I couldn't do nothing. So that was the worst day of my life.
And what about this one?
That's
Juanma Lopez.
This is what's his name?
Juanma Lopez.
Lopez is a good guy. Lopez is he would have been a greater fighter if he had a good chin and a bigger heart. But yeah, you know, that's his weakness was his chin.
And what about this one?
This is I don't know if you remember that little guy next with the hat. That's what's his name is 𝗥𝗢𝗨𝗡𝗗. He fought Purple Hall, but and it's ending the career. But he was a good fighter. He could have been a great fighter, but he just decided to hang out in the streets and do things in the street. But he's a great friend of mine.
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna lock up.
Like that. Mikey,
ay,
right?
tú, Juanito, ay, güey.
That was a long time ago.
Mikey, don't ever take a picture like that, Mikey. Never.
No.
I didn't know that you work with the village people.
Oh, yeah.
That is so cute.
you know, I was honored with the police department a long time ago, and this honor they only give it to you know, those big chiefs and all that stuff, and also what's his name? There was a newscaster they got the same day. It was a great thing, but yeah, I used to work with the PAL.
What about this one?
Eusebio Pedrosa.
Anybody knows that dirty guy? I'm sorry, he's up in heaven.
He was terrible.
But he was the dirtiest fighter ever.
Yep.
Yeah, this guy gave me 59 fouls. He got 3 or 4 warnings, and he still got the fight, 15 rounds.
He was bad.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Remember that 𝗧𝗔𝗟𝗞𝗦?
Ay, tú. Ay, qué cute. That's another, Mikey, that's another picture I don't want to take. I don't want to see you take, okay?
No.
I get cute.
Like
That was a good picture.
Mikey, don't you got a picture like that already?
That was good.
Nah, not like that. Not like that.
I thought Mikey had a picture like that already.
Go on, Brandon.
I think it does.
Oh, Brandon.
Mike,
No,
yes,
no. You know who got a picture like that? Robert, Mikey's brother, Robert.
Robert has a picture. Robert does.
He got a picture like that. He got a picture of Texas all came back.
40 years from now, you guys are gonna look at your pictures like that.
Oh, that's a good picture. That's a cute good picture.
Nancy, what can you tell us about this picture?
You know what? There was a gym in Simi Valley. The owner died of cancer. They couldn't pay the rent anymore. So George Lopez, the comedian, actually saved the gym. And Virgil Hill took over. And he asked us the WBC to go and help with the grand opening. I asked Brandon if he'd go and Maureen Shia, and it's a small gym, but it means so much to the kids because it was able to stay open thanks to George Lopez after the owner died.
Wow, that's
Remember-
nice.
Brandon. Brandon, and what about this one? Is
That was
Alvarez.
That was the one in Kansas when I fought that dude.
Who is it?
That's Alvarez's brother. I forgot his name though. It's Canelo's brother.
Oh, wow.
Elo Alvarez.
I don't know his name, but isn't it Ramon or something like that?
Ramon,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good left hook, bro.
Or something.
that's when Pacquiao fucked me up.
Dang, look.
There, Mikey went to China for that fight too to support him.
That's when we were fucking a whole different world in China, man. It was a whole different world.
is it
Good or bad?
It has the good part was in the casino. The bad part is when you walk the city. Oh my god!
Why?
Wow.
The good part is the massage.
Don't tell us. Don't tell us.
No, no. How was it? How was walking in the city?
You know, it's just that like it's just like what you see on TV. It was like that. It was you see some part really bad, some part really good, but the hotel, in the casino, it was like very nice.
A lot of crazy food hanging in the streets, right, Brandon? Like like
Yes.
lawns or something. I don't know. Long
It was crazy.
Mhm.
Dude,
How
that's
long
when I
ago was
like
this picture?
that was like early career right there. That picture.
Dang, you're young.
I was like, I think I was like 19 or 19 years old right there.
Hey, champ.
How you doing, sir?
Nancy, please go ahead.
Okay, Brandon, what can you tell us about this picture? Was it in Kansas, LA?
No, that was it was in LA. I think that was over there by the Downey restaurant somewhere in Downey or somewhere around there, not Downey, where we used to fight a lot. It's
Wasn't
in
that
LA, though.
Maywood?
Maywood, right there by Maywood.
Maywood.
Yeah,
That one was Maywood.
that was Maywood in the convention center. You know, Mikey?
One of the Maywood event center or something.
Alvarado, Brandon, you had you had a trilogy with Mike Alvarado. What can you tell us about that? And
Well,
you guys
the first fight was great. You know what I mean? We was back and forth. That was my first time we went up to 140. I think it was 140 or 147. And
40.
it was a hell of a fight. You know what I mean? I get lots of respect to Mike. And also from today, we still talk. That's crazy. After we fucking...
Sorry to interrupt, but I just got a call from a good friend that just wants to say hi.
Oh, hey, Sean.
What's up?
Hey, I just saw a face-off picture of you fighting Mikey Garcia. Is that gonna happen? I saw that.
That's not gonna happen.
Damn, look,
Come on,
that's
Mikey.
like-
Come on, bro. Dile,
What's up,
Mikey.
Sean?
I think
What's up, man?
two
Anything can happen.
But all those posters and stuff like that is just, it's to get everybody talking.
I'd love to see that fight, honestly.
That would be a hell of a fight.
Mhm.
Yeah, because we're not in it.
We could do it.
We'll be watching.
You guys take care. I'll talk to you later.
Bye, Sean.
All right, Sean. Take care.
Hey, my friend.
I think that just came out yesterday, right, Mikey? The rumors, or maybe it's just I don't know.
No, it was that came about because a week ago, I think it was a week ago, I did a live Instagram with Ray Flores from PBC, and he asked me about potential fights, who would I like to fight, am I open to fighting all these other guys, and Sean Porter's name came up, and I said I think that would be a terrific fight. Honestly, I think he always comes forward, he always comes to fight, he's always in the most exciting fights. I think that would be a great matchup, and that was it. That's all that I said. Of course, we don't know. We might actually end up fighting sometime. We don't know. But
Hey,
that's not
Mikey,
something that
you're
I'm
lying right
pursuing
there, bro.
now.
I know you said more shit than that. Come on, you're lying now. I know you very well, bro. On camera, on camera and shit, you're like the nice person, this and that. Oh, Mikey's outgoing. Behind the scene, them motherfuckers are ruthless, dude.
Nah,
Or
you can check it out.
I
You
would
can
like
check
to
it
see
out.
Mikey Garcia fight Pacquiao, and hey, he can revenge your loss, Vic.
Hey,
Yeah,
I don't need
I
nobody to
would
revenge
love
my
the
loss.
opportunity.
I don't need nobody to revenge loss. That's not
Hey.
how it works out, Nancy. Come on now. Now you started some rumor. Now you started some shit.
He's so sensitive.
If Mikey fights
right?
Pacquiao, it's because Mikey fights Pacquiao and beats him. It's not because he's revenging my loss. He's
No, I
fighting
know, but
Pacquiao because
it's a good fight. It's a really
He's
good
so
fight.
sensitive.
I'd love to see that one too.
Nancy started some shit already. Look, Mikey, we're gonna be fighting right now over the camera.
Mikey,
No,
is
no.
this the
Yeah.
car that you bought in Mexico?
See, the one we went to go pick up with you and with Chava and then who else went with me? Rafa was with me. Yeah, that's the one from Coyoacán, Mexico.
There's my Jeep.
You really tune it up.
That's actually a Land Rover Defender 110. They don't have these here in the States. They have a few older models, but I found this in Mexico City, and within a few days I was there. I bought the vehicle and got it shipped out here to the border, and then I drove it across. Now it's here in my ranch.
Hey, was it hard to get it registered in the United States because there's none here?
Yes.
What do you have to do? You gotta do all kinds of stuff, huh?
Lots of stuff, man. You had to go through a lot of approvals, a lot of emissions and safety. It's a big hassle. But once they're here, that's why there was so much more money here in the States than anywhere else. You can get those in Europe for real cheap because they're from England. They're from Europe.
Yeah.
You can get those real cheap over there. But you get them here to the States, it's almost an impossible thing. What?
Mikey, how can you explain this picture? What was you doing?
He was feeling gay.
That's from a movie. You gotta watch the movie.
I know.
I was. You seen that Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Is that your car?
Wolf of Wall Street. That's my car. That's one of my cars. So Wolf of Wall Street has
I got a Camry.
The white Lamborghini.
I got a Toyota Camry, bro.
Hey, bro, you do like that on your Toyota Camry. Do like that picture. Do it.
Oh, stupid. Oh my God, that's funny. That's a good picture.
That's a really good picture.
That's my son Ryu.
Ryu.
He's gonna be 9 next month. He'll turn 9. He'll come to the gym once in a while with me, and I'll try to teach him a little bit here and there. He's not really into the boxing that much, like my other one, my little son, Django. He's really into boxing, but Ryu, not so much. But I'll teach him a little bit here and there. It's in the family.
Who's the older guy in the middle?
Ruben, that's what's great about this picture.
That's a great picture.
He's supervising his son.
Yep.
His father is supervising both of them.
Yep. Look, isn't that good? That's a great picture.
3 generations. Great picture. 3 generations.
I think I've known your dad as long as you have, bro. He's a good man.
I believe it,
Yeah, he's a good man. He's been in the business forever. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Those are two other cars I have. The one in the back is the Aventador SVJ, another Lamborghini. And then the one in the front is the McLaren MSO HS.
Mikey, you still have money, bro? Damn, dog. What's up?
Ya se acabó.
Ruben.
It's gone now.
Yeah.
He took a car from Mexico. Now he has to send one of this to me in Mexico.
There you go. Man, those are some beautiful cars, man. I still got a Toyota Camry.
Those are the best ones, long lasting forever.
Hey, I bet you that Toyota lasts longer than these cars.
Fuck yeah, well.
Those
camera lasted 200,000 miles on it.
Exactly. These won't do that.
Who's this picture with?
August.
Oh, that was my last fight. That was my last fight with
Oh,
Jesse
yeah,
Vargas,
yeah.
February the 29th. Just a few months ago.
What's up?
That was-
What's
that was
coming
good.
up for you, Mikey? What do you got coming up?
Well, with the whole COVID going around, but boxing's still kind of on hold, so we don't know. But I would love to fight, once more before the end of the year. I wanted to be active this year, but things are changing. So maybe one more time before the end of the year. Maybe get another fight at welterweight, just so I can get a step closer to something much bigger.
Quick question.
Oh,
What
GQ.
happened first? This picture or the one with the door?
The door.
This one was
The door was first.
Victor,
No, this one.
Yes.
Victor, I have a suit just like that, but I can't close it.
Oh, fucking shit.
Dang.
Oh,
Those
that
are
was-
nice
that
pictures,
was,
man.
Look at that.
Damn,
a
that's
good picture too.
back in those
That's a good
days.
picture.
That's Pelos, rest
Yeah,
in
we-
peace. Robert, me,
Pelos.
Big G, and Mikey Garcia when he was a youngster.
Dang.
That's a good picture.
Good
That's really
pictures.
good.
That's like,
Yeah, Victor, at the convention in Cancun, we had the chance to honor Pelos, Mikey's nephew, after he passed away.
Yeah, I remember that. Nancy, you should ask a lot of questions. You know
Well,
these
I'm
guys.
showing these pictures. Look at Mikey. I mean, he does everything. Jeez.
What kind of
That's me
car is
working.
this, Mikey?
You know?
Mikey, you need some better rims on this car, bro.
I should, huh? She owns some better wheels.
Get some spinners or something.
Juan's got a car just like that without the scooper.
That's Fernando
Bobcat.
I was
Gardner,
working.
Mikey.
I work, man. I haul the trailers. I use the Bobcat and all that. Look at that, the amateur days. That's from the amateur days. I still
That's
remember that.
Danny,
That was,
Mikey, Pelos, and Gordo.
Yep.
Right?
How
Yep.
old were you there?
My nephews right there. My 3 nephews. That was at Eddie Heredia's gym here in LA area. Eddie Heredia. We had a fight there. I remember that.
You are like what, 14 there? Around 14?
I think I was probably like 14, 15, somewhere around there. Yeah. It was a great
Dang,
picture.
good picture.
That's, yep. Who's that
Uh-oh.
guy?
Yeah,
What's
that is.
that?
That's ATM, right? Is that ATM?
That was when was that one?
That's the
Not-
Dallas, isn't it?
No, I think no. That was here at
Oh, that's
the
Staples. That's Staples. That was here at Staples. That was Staples.
Oh,
Yes, Robert Easter.
Against
oh
Robert
that's
Easter,
right.
we
Yeah,
unified.
that's right.
That's when I unified. We
Could you
unified
compare
the
the
titles,
feeling?
the lightweight titles. What's that?
I like the hat. I like your hat.
Hey,
Mikey, could
thanks,
you
thanks.
compare the feeling of the other picture in amateur with your trophy and with the belt? What is the feeling of each? Is it similar?
Well, Mina, it's a much greater feeling now. It's kind of funny the way things worked for me. Most fighters, most kids, when they are barely starting, they have a big dream of being a boxer and being world champion one day, and everything that they do on the come up, is that special. And maybe later towards the end of their career, it's more kind of like, you're just doing it just because, there it's your career, and get over it and then make some money and retire. With me, it was kind of the opposite. I started boxing just kind of like a pastime, just a hobby, but I didn't really have that love and the fire. So early on, it really wasn't that special to win a trophy or to win a fight. It wasn't that great of a deal. But now I know what it's like and I know what it takes. And now I admire and appreciate the victories. I appreciate the championships that much more. Being world champion means a lot more to me now than it did before. So the titles now have that much more feeling and value than they did, when I was younger. So the feeling now is tremendous. It's a big change.
What can you tell us about the fight against Adrien Broner?
Oh, that's a picture right there. That picture is from the fight. It was a great fight on my end. I think we performed very well. So a lot of people were doubting that I could do, so well moving up to 140, and fighting Broner, who was still, very, very active and was still one of the top contenders in the division. You know, moving up to 140 was not going to be easy, being that I fought at 126 and I was champion first at featherweight. So I took on the fight at 140 and I did so well. Everybody was very impressed with that one. Y ahí estamos con Mauricio. When they, you know, gave me the WBC belt, when they finally introduced me with my championship belt, that was at Petco in San Diego. It was a great moment. Yeah, that's in
There's the jefe.
Ahí estamos, Mexico City. You know, they presented, they really honored us. The WBC honored myself for the unification match against Easter. They honored my dad with his own championship belt for all the dedication and accomplishments in the sport. And they honored my brother Robert too that night for his contribution to the sport and for producing so many champions.
That's nice.
That's from my first title. That's from featherweight when I won my first title at featherweight.
Yep, I remember that picture. I remember that day.
That's when he had a mustache.
That's a mustache?
Yeah.
That's a mustache?
A something.
That's a
Dang. That's a good picture.
Yeah. I think that was leading up to the Robert Easter fight too.
That's right there, Riverside.
Yeah, Riverside, my brother's gym.
Hey, so did you mess up Broner's hair, bro?
He wasn't coming in after the fight.
Hell no.
He went straight to the back.
You know what you should have done, bro? You should have fucking grabbed the comb and started brushing it for him.
Yes.
Yes.
A couple years ago, Victor, HBO had a series called 2 Days. Mikey did it, Brandon did it. Because, you know, right now the way the weigh-ins are is different than when Juan and Ruben did it. You guys had same-day weigh-ins, right?
Right.
Yeah, but her back then they had same-day weigh-ins.
Yeah.
That's it.
How was that? Hey, how was that?
Horrible.
How did you guys feel?
Horrible. You had to, you know how it is to make weight as it is. And now it's much better because you have a whole day to recoup. At that time, if you didn't make the weight, I remember having to take off 4 pounds in one fight. That was against Juan 𝗧𝗔𝗟𝗡. But it's different than now, and it's a good thing because a lot of fighters were getting hurt. When you're overweight like Juan Laporte is, you know, you to make weight, we always wait to the last minute anyway, the last day, and it's just so much different now, and I think it saves a lot of fighters' lives that they wait the day before.
Were you fighting?
It was 50 rounds,
were you fighting at a little bit? Were you guys fighting at maybe a little higher weight class because you had to make weight that same day and fight that same day, or were you fighting at the smallest weight class that you guys could come down?
I did. We fought it. When Juan and I fought we fought as featherweights, and that's 126 pounds, bro. Our one leg weighs 126 pounds now, so it's so much different. And you know, Mikey, back then, bro, when you stepped on that scale, isn't that funny how we would barely creep up on the scale, put 1 foot on. That's gonna make a difference, you know. But it was tough, man. And fighters, like right after the weigh-in, you drink everything. You drink orange juice, especially back then. They gave me orange juice. By the fight time, I had chorro, bro. So that didn't work, you know.
You did it wrong. That's why you did it wrong. You got to be hungry when you go to fight. You can't be full.
I was hungry, bro. I wasn't thirsty. I was just hungry now.
I would have thought that having the weigh-in the same day as the fight, maybe fighters would have been fighting, you know, maybe one weight class above, you know, and if you guys had the opportunity to have the weigh-in one full day, you know, before, then maybe you guys would have fought at a lower weight class. But
well, Mikey, I can tell you that me and Juan, it didn't matter what weight division we fought. We would have trouble making the weight. It's just that you accustom yourself to being, I can make 130, and you're 140 the day before. I'll make it. Don't worry, I'll make it. You know, it's just a struggle. It's just a big struggle, and it has a lot to do with being dedicated.
Ruben, you got to remember, we at that time we're young and we're still growing. So the weight that we used to fit the best and feel the best that's the way we were fighting. So if I was walking around in 120 28, 30 pounds, then to make 25 or 26 was easy. You know,
Right.
it wasn't that bad. You know, into that last minute when you all dried up and stuff, that it gets a little rough. But you know, the best weight is when I was fighting in that weight, it was 127 pounds. That was the best. I felt the best.
Yeah.
But after that was just being fat. Yeah.
That's a good picture. Uh-oh. That was my belt, right, Victor?
No, that wasn't your belt. Look at the color.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Victor. Victor, that was my belt, huh, Victor? He was trying to take it from me, right, Victor? Remember?
It was your belt, but it didn't fit, Ruben.
Oh my God. That shirt didn't fit either. That's a nice picture.
Yeah.
And Ruben, what happened with your hair?
One in the 7th round pulled my hair, and no, I was losing my hair. All my mom's side of the family son pelones, all of them, all my uncles. My mom was the oldest of 18 brothers and sisters, and they're all pelones. And I knew that I was going to be from my mom's side. Look at that. That's a lot of hair. I had more hair than Salvador Sanchez. And more something else, but I'm not going to say because Nancy's here.
Hi, Nino.
But that's a good picture. Hey, Victor, do you think we'll ever see, that was in our backyard. Do you think we'll ever see fights like that again? Like Salvador Sanchez, like the Salvador Sanchez, like Juan and Salvador, me, Salvador, Laporte, and Eusebio Pedrosa. We don't have those fights no more.
There's not,
you know, those kind of fights you'll never see.
15 rounds. I mean, fights were great when there were 15 rounds, remember?
Yeah. But you know, like Brandon and these kids now, they're making the best of what we have. After I'm worried about what's going to happen after that. You know.
Brandon or Mikey, do you guys?
What do you mean, mate?
Watch these old school fights?
The only old school fight I
watch-
watched back in the days was Chavez.
Well,
Chavez.
both of them, right? But Chavez.
No, I'm talking about Julio Chavez Senior.
Yeah.
And that's what inspired me to become a world champion, because when I seen him fight De La Hoya and back in the days, all this fight he used to fight, I loved it. And
did you see my fight with Julio?
Yeah, you got knocked out.
Hey, easy. Oh,
My bad.
if you've seen it.
Hey, dog, I'm just speaking the truth.
That's a good picture. Gennadi's a good kid, man. Gennady Golovkin's a good guy.
Yeah.
What happened to him, Victor?
Yes.
What happened to Gennady? Is he still fighting? Is he going to fight?
Yeah, of course. And he's gonna. They said that he's gonna fight Canelo in. They're talking about December because everything changed. Canelo's supposed to fight Billy Joe Sanders on May, and that means last weekend. But because of the COVID, everything changed. They said that he might fight him in August and then Golovkin in December.
I don't think that Golovkin's going to be the same any. I don't think he has been the same since Abel Sanchez. Abel was incredible. I couldn't believe that breakup, but you know that's boxing.
It's part of boxing.
But
Abel Sanchez is a great trainer, man.
Ruben, which one is the fight that you told me that you lost, but you really feel like you won? Was it with
Salvador Sanchez? Not a doubt in my mind. And you know, after the fight, Nancy, Salvador came up to me and said, "Mira, Ruben, te voy a dar la revancha. Era la pelea muy cerrada. Te voy a dar la revancha." And unfortunately, it didn't happen.
Okay, I'm gonna do an exercise that Mauricio loves to do. I'm gonna set some boxing area like jab or chin or heart, and then you're gonna pick. We're gonna do the ideal fighter. You got the idea? So if I said who was the hardest puncher,
Okay.
the boxing history, you give me one name. Okay.
Okay.
Let's start with jab. Who has or who had the best jab?
De La Hoya.
Ali.
Brandon
Yeah.
De La Hoya. Mikey.
Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes got it.
Juan.
Okay. Larry Holmes.
Holmes. Ruben.
Ali.
Ali. And now legs or
No, Mikey hasn't said his. Mikey hasn't said his.
Mikey said Holmes. Didn't
No,
he?
That was one.
Ah, okay.
Mikey?
I have the best jab.
Mikey Garcia picks himself.
I didn't hear. Who?
Mikey Garcia picks himself.
Oh, that's right.
Yo mismo. Yo.
Of course.
I agree with that too.
Yeah.
And footwork. Legs. Who has the best?
Footwork.
Roy Jones.
Ray Leonard.
Okay. Who said Leonard?
Me. One.
Rio said
Now
Roy
we're-
Jones.
Brandon says Roy Jones.
Roy Jones. Yes.
Now
Ruben.
Whitaker.
It's got to be the greatest of all time, Muhammad. Muhammad had the greatest footwork.
And Mikey Garcia,
Pernell Whitaker.
Pernell
I got
Now
it.
Whitaker.
Punching
He had a
power.
great punching power. Mike Tyson.
Tyson. One.
I got two. Mike Tyson and Mikey. And
You have
I
to pick one.
Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Tyson was very powerful.
Ruben.
I'm going to tell you, a lot of people aren't going to say this, but I think that Ernie Shavers had the greatest right hand. I think he had a lot of power. I'm going with the Eghorn.
Yep. That's one of them.
Mikey.
I'm gonna go with Adrien Broner from
Valero.
personal experience, from sparring. Oh my God, that guy had most powerful hands ever. I've never felt anything like that.
Yeah, you're right. It's amazing. We've been doing this exercise with many fighters, and many says Valero, but no one ever said Rocky Marciano.
We don't remember him.
That's what some reporters said. You were the only alive that watched him.
Mikey would never remember him, would you, Mikey?
Nah, it's hard to
Right.
go back in time.
To come off the top of your head.
But with Edwin, like I said, personally, because I sparred with him a lot when I was young and helping him out for his fights, and even to this day, even fighting, all these world champions and fighting bigger guys, Errol Spence, Lipinets, they don't compare to the power that I felt with Edwin Valero, and that's in sparring with big gloves and headgear. Edwin Valero just had tremendous power, man.
And didn't he stop a lot of people in sparring?
Yep. He actually stopped a lot of guys in sparring. He knocked out a lot of his sparring partners. And then whenever they would invite us, I'd be, taking it, very, very cautious because he just hit hard, man. He was a monster, dude. He was a monster.
How did he do in his regular fights?
Knocked everybody out, man. He had
Knocked everybody out.
I think 26.
He has like 20 knockouts in the first round or something.
Damn.
He had a record. He had a record for 20 knockouts in the first round, and then his next 6 knockouts were less than 4 rounds each, and he was already world champion, and so insane.
Yeah, he was one of the most fierce guys. Nobody wanted to fight him because of his knockout.
Mm-hmm.
Mikey, I was talking to Israel Vasquez a while back, and he said he sparred you when you were younger.
Oh, yeah.
you were one of
Yep.
his best sparring partners. He said, I couldn't
Yeah.
even see the punches coming, Nancy. Like, you were that
We used
good.
to, we used to go to what was it? We used to spar at Mikey. We used to go to a lot. It was in LA.
We used to go well to fight to spar. We used to spar in Maywood.
Yeah.
And then with Vasquez, it was actually in El Monte. I used to spar Vasquez in South El Monte with Ben Lira. Ben Lira's gym right there. Israel Vasquez, I helped him out for sparring for his second and third fight against Marquez, against Rafael Marquez. I helped Israel for those fights.
He has a lot of respect for you. A lot of respect.
No, mutual. Igual, mutual. Nothing but the best for him.
I remember those days.
Now you have to select chin. Who has the best chin?
Rios.
Rios.
Castillo,
Laporte.
Nancy.
Mikey.
Man. The best
Mikey said
chin.
so Ruben could die.
Let me say, and a lot of people will agree. Julio had the best chin I've ever seen. I've ever fought.
You're right.
Julio has a chin, and let me tell you, Mikey, I gotta tell you, in the fourth round, I hit Julio with the left hook right at the bell, and he said something to me when the bell rang that pertained to my mother, and he walked a straight line to the corner. I went to my corner and I said, "We're gonna be in a lot of shit." He's pissed, and we were. Julio had the best chin ever, bro, ever.
You're changing, Ruben? You're changing? You want me to erase your name and put Julio's there?
That's my, hey, Julio hit, everybody knows how hard that kid hit. Right, Juan?
Nah, he didn't hit that hard.
Shit. You see, he doesn't remember.
Look, I only trained 3 weeks for him. And look, if I would have trained like a month,
You wouldn't talk. You wouldn't be able to
I
talk.
would have beat the crap out of him. Just like that.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Hey, are
Oh,
you
my
Puerto Rican? He's Puerto Rican, right?
It's like macho.
Ask Chavez. Chavez don't want to know about me.
Hey,
Hey, next
Guys, watch the
category.
fight. When you guys watch the fight, you'll see.
Speed.
Okay, I'm gonna pull that fight up, Juan, and then I'm gonna call you.
You gotta pull it up.
I'm gonna call you, and I'm gonna tell you just like everybody told me, you got your ass whooped.
Nah.
Well,
Watch the fight. Rios, watch the fight and call me back.
I'll watch the fight.
Yeah. Check it out.
I'll use that. Oh, coño.
Cosa más grande, tú sabes.
Ya sabe, oye, coño, ¿qué pagó con usted?
Good try.
Good try.
Yeah.
Speed. Who's the fastest, the quickest?
With hands. I'm
No,
gonna say Manny.
Hey, Hector Camacho has fast hands.
Manny Pacquiao. Yep.
Manny.
Okay, Brandon.
Manny Pacquiao también.
También. Ruben.
You know I'm a big Ali fan. Ali had the fastest hand. Muhammad, when he threw the jab, you didn't see it until it was coming back. So Muhammad had the quickest. Come on.
Juan.
Bueno, I thought that Hector had fast hands. Hector Camacho. Yeah.
It's the first time that nobody says Leonard.
Oh, that's true. Ray Leonard. That's true.
But the other guys, I mean, they were as fast as him. Intelligence.
Mayweather.
Yeah, Whitaker was very intelligent too. Whitaker used to get away from punches like,
Yeah, that's true too. I know who always got Ruben's
Which
gonna
one,
say
Juan?
Mama Ali.
I said Whitaker
Okay, Whitaker.
and Wilfred Benitez. Remember him?
Yes. Yep.
So you changed, Brandon? You said Mayweather. You want to change?
No, I'm keeping Mayweather.
Okay. Ruben.
Tell him.
Muhammad
Tell
Ali.
him. Ali.
I told you, that's what I said. Ruben's gonna pick Muhammad Ali.
You know, at some point, I believe that Mayweather leaves 3 seconds ahead.
You think so?
Yeah, he knows what he's
No. Do you think he was quicker than Muhammad?
quicker than Ali.
Yes. Do you think he was quicker than Ali?
Yeah, you
No,
know.
he was more defensive.
And the way he defends, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, then feet 5. He has like 7 systems for defending himself.
That's a tough question because there's so many out there, Victor, that had a great defense. There's a lot. There's a lot, you know. That's a good question, though. That's a difficult one, you know, because there's so many.
Yes,
Like Pernell Whitaker had a great defense too.
he was great.
Right. What about Cholo? What about Cholo Duran? Cholo had a hell of a defense until later in life.
And not many people appreciate that he can defend himself with legs, knees, elbows, and everything. He defends himself with everything.
Right.
But okay, last
What's
category.
his name? Hold it. What's the old guy's name from Argentina, from Mendoza? What's his name? Lucalino, whatever. What's his name?
Nicolino Loche.
Yeah, he was very defensive.
He was amazing.
You know,
couldn't
when we're not talking about these guys because these kids now don't know them. But
Right.
you have
Yeah.
Willie Pep.
I've seen videos. I've seen videos of Willie Pep and Nicolino Lonche, and they were amazing, you know.
Yeah.
But like you said, you know, that's in the time that I didn't see that, but I have seen videos now.
Yeah, for that era, they were like the greatest fighters, man.
Yeah, it was amazing. Willie Pep has the best footwork that I know.
Yeah.
Okay, last
That's
category.
before I was born.
I know. But you were born in 17 what? Last category, heart.
Ron Lyle.
Lyle?
Do you remember Ron Lyle? Do you remember the fight with Ron Lyle and George Foreman?
Yeah.
That was the greatest heavyweight fight I ever seen in my life. Wasn't that a great fight?
Was.
The greatest heart. I got 2 people. I got the fight that did what was their name? Mickey Ward and Arturo Gatti.
There you go. There you go. That was a great fight.
Those 3 fights they did, it was the biggest
Chingazos for days, bro. That's a non-stop. Remember that? That was a great fight.
I mean, they literally beat the shit at each other, and they still fucking go.
Styles make fights, Juan. Styles make fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Juan,
Dime.
who has the biggest heart?
The biggest heart? Oh my God. I can't even. Well, I mean, Duran was one of the guys. Duran didn't duck nobody. He came at everybody. So I'm sticking with Duran.
Okay. Mikey.
I'm gonna say Fernando Vargas, because even though he was out on some of the fights, he would still get up to continue fighting when he knew for a fact that there was like nothing left in the tank, no chance of him winning, but he would still get up. He never, quit. He never gave up.
This is great. Well, except that Ruben said that Muhammad Ali is the ideal fighter, is the perfect fighter. The rest of you got a really interesting.
What about Nancy Rodriguez? Huh? You guys don't talk about her. She's badass.
Right?
Badass.
She's all quiet. She's not saying
Yes.
shit. She's the one that
You gotta watch the quiet ones. She'll whoop your ass in a minute.
These are your fighters, but I do want to say something, Victor. I think it was last week. I'm changing the subject if I may. Mikey went to go give a WBC belt to his former his stablemate, Isaac Colunga. Beautiful pictures. I showed them to you guys. You still remember last week?
Yes.
Mikey, can you give us a little bit of insight, because we only saw the pictures. Can you give us a little bit of insight of how Isaac felt when you gave him that honorary WBC belt?
Look, it was a very special day. You know, it was his birthday, and his dad asked me, you know, if I was available to stop by, you know, kind of like a drive-by birthday, parade, because they had a car show. They had a couple friends with their cars, so he asked me to bring one of my cars, you know, to kind of parade. But being that it was a special moment like that, and it touched everybody, we all got out of our cars actually and approached Isaac. And I mean, for the ones that don't know, you know, he was in a tragic incident a little over a year ago, where it was a random drive-by shooting. You know, some gentlemen, some you know, happened. I don't know what happened exactly, but some guys were shooting around the house, around the neighborhood. One of the bullets strikes Isaac in the back, in his neck area, and leaves him, you know, paralyzed. So it was his birthday now, and he's having us, you know, come by. So when I go up to him, you know, and he doesn't know what to expect. You know, they don't know that I have a WBC World Championship belt to present him. So when I present him, everybody around and himself, you know, were just kind of like amazed, like in shock, like, wow, that's you know, that was just unbelievable. So I gave him his belt. I put him around his chest. I wrapped it around his chest. And you know, it was just so special to have him, you know, now holding a world championship belt, you know, of his own. So it was unbelievable, man. We were so, you know, filled with joy. Everybody was just cheering for that moment, because it was something, you know, he was a boxer. He was undefeated with us, fighting, you know, out of our gym. You know, he was fighting on some of the cards that I was putting together, and you know, this tragic event happens to him, but you know, we're still able to make his special day, you know, that much more special.
I mean, you've received many belts in the ring, but how did it feel to put it on him? And how, you know, what did you feel at that moment?
It's what I was telling you, you know, it's a lot more special now for me. I value the championship belts that much more than earlier in my career. You know, now I give so much more value. So now it felt so nice for me to be the one to kind of do that now. You know, I've earned belts, yes, but now to present a belt like that was just unbelievable, man. It's like, you know, that's what a real champion, you know, that's what makes me feel that I'm considered a world champion for. You know, that's what makes me feel that I'm a world champion. You know,
you're a true champion, bro.
These actions, so it was just great.
They call it people's champ, dog. You're a people's champ.
That's right. Hey, also,
Hey, but
Mikey.
One more thing. See how Mikey's all nice and shit right now because he's on camera, off camera? Oh my God, bro. I'm telling you, man.
Mikey,
You're lying.
Mikey, that was very nice and very humble for you to do that. I'm gonna text you my address. If you have another belt, I mean, you know, I'll be happy to accept it. I'm just kidding you, Mikey. That's very nice of you, bro. That's what makes people say good things about people like you, Mikey. You're a true champion, bro. In and out of the ring.
And it's not the only thing he's done. Mikey has helped out a lot of people. And Brandon, he's gone to Hollywood. You know, you see him goofing around and being a clown, but he's so involved with kids with cancer and so many other things.
Oh, nice.
One of his favorite things to do is to go to the hospital and make the kids smile.
That's nice.
It makes our day, man. We make somebody else smile. It makes your day.
That's right.
But anyways, back to our question. Nancy, who do you pick in all the questions that they answer us? You forgot the answer.
Well, I'm going to pick each one of you because I don't want any of you to get mad at me. So
oh, man.
I'll pick Mikey for the cab. I'll pick you for the chin. God, Ruben, it's really hard to pick something for you, man.
Because there's so many, right, Nancy? There's so many.
I'll say heart.
You know, you're right in that topic. Many times we forget that, and nobody have said in heart. I would say Christy Martin has a great heart fighting.
Yeah.
So
You notice? Did you notice how I got quiet, Victor? Did you see that? You notice how I got quiet?
I know because you
We're trying to-
respect the elder.
Yeah. Christy Martin had a big heart.
How you guys say it? I named all my kids after fighters. All my
Wow.
kids.
What are the names of your kids?
I got my old one named Leila after Leila Ali. I have one name. My other second oldest is Marcus after Marcus Antonio Barrera. I have my third oldest is named Mia after Mia St. John.
Damn.
And then my fourth oldest is Brandon after me. And then my youngest one is named Ava after Ava Knight.
You know that today we had the Spanish version, and it was with Marco Antonio Barrera.
Oh, I remember him. I remember sparring with them up there in Big Bear.
Well, this is supposed to last 1 hour, and we are 1 hour and 20 minutes, and I think we can go for a couple of hours.
All day.
But Victor, before we go, I want to wish all the mothers a happy Mother's Day.
Yes, happy Mother's Day to you
The
too.
mothers in your life,
Happy
Fatima,
Mother's Day, Nancy.
Happy birthday, Nancy.
Ruben, your
Mother's Day.
footprint, or what is it? Your wife?
The fingerprints, yeah.
Juan
The
Laporte,
fingerprint on
you.
the throat.
What's that?
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms this Sunday. I know it's gonna be different. I really want to see my grandma. I haven't seen her in a couple months now. Maybe I'll drive by and say something. But yeah, Happy Mother's Day to all.
Happy
the moms.
Mother's Day to you.
All right. Thank
Big
you.
Doc.
Nancy.
Victor, Sita, happy Mother's Day, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, feliz Día de las Madres a tu mamá y a tu esposo, Victor.
Muchas gracias.
Okay,
Okay,
Victor.
thank you for having me.
Hey, Mikey, I'm going to send you my address so you can bring me a car over here.
Come kick it.
Hey, you have to
Go
send
to my
Juan
house.
Mexico.
I
Well,
don't
No, but
know,
he's thinking one of his Lamborghinis so I could do the gate post laying on the ground.
All right, dude.
I'm gonna be really busy delivering cars and belts.
That's
Right.
right.
So, Mike, you got to give me a belt and a car.
I just want a belt. I just want a belt.
No,
I just
keep
want
it
a belt.
Toyota Camry.
All right.
Keep it Toyota Camry, right?
Mikey's gonna buy Hot Wheels and send it down there.
Hey, I'll take a Hot Wheel.
Everybody.
It's something. It's
Victor,
something.
yes.
Victor, it was very nice, and thank you for inviting me to this. And you too, Nancy.
It's good seeing you, Fatso.
Okay, okay, viejito.
Okay. Last, you want to say something, Juan? We're leaving now.
Well, I want to wish everybody the best. I mean, in whatever you guys do, and I want to say hi to the president, Mr. Suleiman, and you know, you, Victor. You know, stay away from all these guys. That's the way you're gonna survive. Get away
I've
from
been
it.
trying to, you know.
All right. Well, no, I just
happy
guys
birthday to Jose Sulaiman, Mauricio's son today.
And,
Oh, cool.
Gabriel.
and Gabriel. Thank you, Juan. Brandon,
Okay. Muy
you
bien.
want to say something?
I just want to say thanks to Nancy, thanks to you, Victor, thanks to WC, everybody that had me on the show. I hope everybody's staying safe with all this stuff, the illness going on right now in the world. And God bless you and your family. And to all the person on here and to everybody around the world that's watching, happy Mother's Day, and God bless you guys.
Thanks, Brandon. Mikey.
Same. Just appreciate all the love and support from everybody. It was a pleasure being with such great gentlemen and with Nancy. It was just fun time. It was, very, very pleasant. So again, just happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers around the world. And hope everything is getting well soon. I mean, stay safe, guys. We're almost there. So thank you.
Thanks, Mikey. Ruben.
Yes, Victor, again, I want to thank you for inviting me to this. I think this should happen a lot more times. I think it's very good to everybody like Brandon and Mikey and Juan and Nancy. It's just fun to be able to see and talk to each other on at times like this and to talk to people that we all have inspired, that inspired us, and we look up to Brandon and Mikey and Juan, and so hopefully it happens some more. Victor, you've done a very good job, and Nancy, you as well. God bless you guys.
Thank you, Ruben. Nancy.
Thank you.
I just want to say it was an honor to be with all four of you. I can call all four of you my friends. Victor, you as well. I hope you guys stay safe. I know here in California, we're starting phase 2, so we're starting to see the light a little bit. I wish you guys the best always, and have a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day to your moms, wives, everyone in your family.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Since I knew, since I got the confirmation from all of you, I knew that this was going to be a lot of fun. And this is the idea of Mauricio. He says,
Oh, wow.
this is Mauricio's idea of having people watching us, forgetting about the problems outside, laughing a little, watching your faces, watching people, watching boxing, talking about this. And you really did a great job. I had a lot of fun, and we have to do it again. You can send me a text if you want to do it without Ruben, but I really want to thank you.
It won't be the same.
I really enjoy it. You're great friends, and keep in touch. Stay safe, stay at home.
Víctor, un abrazo, Víctor. Un abrazo grande, hijo.
Gracias, Ruben.
See you guys.
Igualmente.
Bonito. See you.
All right.
Hey,
Gracias.
Ruben,
Call you later, Joe.
Yes.
you're Mr. Clean now. Ruben,
I'm Mr. Clean, baby.
Brown is fine.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Be safe. Be safe.
Be safe, guys. Bye.